2019. Where to even start? There are so many memories I made, too many people I want to talk about, too much kindness I received, too many laughs I had, too many nights spent doing everything else but not sleeping. But why not start with food? Such an easy topic. Or is it?
I want somebody to love me as much as I love Gado Gado.
Wow.
The first month I had like Alpha Mart diet here, but I used to call it Alpha diet, so I would make it more healthy. But you know Alpha Mart? Whereas, you know what Alpha Mart has?
Yeah.
Only like sweets and stuff. So the first few months I was like on an Alpha Mart diet. That's why I became like kind of big. And then like the last few months I've been on a Go Food diet. That's why I look like I look now. And then when I go back to Europe, I will be on the European diets, which means I can't really afford anything, so...
Basically, I managed to gain 15 kilos in a span of maybe, let's say 3 months. I was just so unhappy where I was in Indonesia, with the direction I was going in, with the people around me, and food was the only thing that made me feel something. Until the end of the year I lost all of the weight, but sometimes I still feel like I am carrying it and fighting with it. Am I eating too much, or am I eating too little? It changed me, not only physically. Funny enough, I found out the worst thing about gaining weight isn't the weight itself, but are the people that are around you, the things they have to say about it, the looks they give you, how much they suddenly care about your health. Our society is just so weird. I knew that if I didn't do something about it, it would get even worse. So I decided to go back to a place that made sense, home, to people that meant the most to me, my family. I realized I can't imagine having a better family. Of course they have their flaws, like we all do, but if I could choose to be born in any family, I would always choose mine. My mom was my best friend, my siblings are always there whenever I need them. My grandma is the best person I have ever met, so wise. We had a conversation together the other day, talking about her life working in a factory. She's so intelligent, she could easily become a doctor or anything else, but she found happiness where she was. She never ever needed more. In our society, we are pushed into achieving more, wanting more, buying more, being more. But what if being more doesn't exist? What is the meaning of it all? I found happiness as my prime goal and overall judging factor. I'm so lucky I got to spend 2019 with amazing people.
Hi! First time we met was in Jakarta.
She just literally come to my graduation ceremony.
What was your first impression of me?
Wow, this girl is so beautiful. Like
I thought like you're a kind of naughty person.
Vegetarian? So weird.
why are you so tall?
19 years old and so tall, oh my gosh.
She also so kind and friendly.
Consider as a sister.
Aww. Anything else you want to say? Something I would remember forever.
Be careful out there.
And yes, I will remember this phrase forever because it's my favorite phrase in the whole Indonesian language, and I got it tattooed. Hati means hard and hati is like hard. Be careful.
It's not good. I wish it would be better. I don't deserve you, Susie.
So aku cantik, bagus. Hug me for the last time. Sampai jumpa.
Stop saying sampai jumpa. You seem like a model. Very cute. I love it.
Oh, and I even overcame my fear of motorbikes this year when I was going extremely fast. But I was wearing a helmet, so I mean, my brain would be safe. And since I met so many wonderful people, of course I wanted to get to know some people even more, all their fears, motivations, what makes them happy, what makes them sad, and what makes them, you know. I wanted to be as close as possible to them. I fell in love more than once in 2019. I cried more than I want to admit, but I also felt happier than I ever have before. I had one amazing person fly around the world twice, just to see me for a couple of days, both in Athens and in Prague. Unfortunately, I traveled and moved too much, but they all still mean the world to me. Thankfully, whenever needed, after some extremely painful goodbyes, I had animal friends to comfort me. And hello, cat that can give you a high five? Where are we? In Disney World? I was also struggling with the concept of home this year. Indonesia was never my home. My hometown no longer felt like it. Prague was very close to it, but it felt like I wasn't learning enough there anymore. On a more positive note, I got the job of my dreams. I have been dreaming of becoming a flight attendant ever since I was little. It was so difficult. I still have to sometimes pinch myself that this is real, this is my life, and this is my reality. It took so much of me. I spent 2 months with no social life, just studying, and 3 months in Prague, working crazy many hours, saving money so I would be able to afford it. But it was all so worth it, and I wouldn't change it for anything else in the world. I traveled a lot this year. I went to Malaysia, Singapore, Greece, Slovakia, Turkey, Finland, Hungary, France, Germany, Czech Republic, Italy, China, Thailand, and many more countries. I am unable to count them all. I feel so thankful I am able to do so, because I know there are so many people who really want to travel, but they cannot for various reasons. I used almost all possible ways of transportation. I went by cars, metros, planes, boats, trams, and I'm still laughing with my dark humor at the name of Singapore's buses. SMRT, smrt. It means dead in Slovak.
I think there's something about like all those European cities and all those European streets. It's so beautiful, like everything is so nice and like I can't even.
I had a bunch of unimportant comments.
One of my favorite morning activities is to go and go for a run to catch a bus, because I'm almost always right. Oh yeah, and that's my bus leaving there. Awesome.
But also some very important thoughts.
Caring from other people's lives and putting a lot or even talking about this very important topic.
And I wrote maybe way too many postcards from way too many places in the world to way too many people that I hold close to my heart. It was an amazing year, and it changed me so much in so many different ways. I can't wait to see what 2020 brings.